Our new Bachelorette has been announced, and it's the one and only Hannah Brown. Or as I've called her all season, Hannah Alabama. Who would have thought? Going from one of the worst one-on-one dates I've ever seen...
I can't do this.
Getting a bad edit right off the bat in her beauty queen feud with Kaylin...
Oh. This is extremely uncomfortable now.
To now, Bachelorette. The Hannah Beast. The Hot Mess Express. The tongue-tied toaster. The Bachelorette. So how did this happen? Will she be any less awkward and quirky now that she's been crowned Queen Bee? Well, let's take a look at how she's handled herself so far. And then I'll be going into the why of it all. Why they chose Hannah Brown. And if you want to skip to that part, the why Hannah part, I'll leave a timestamp in the description and you can jump right there. But first, some housekeeping. So, a lot of people have been asking, where the heck was that footage of Colton and the ring box? What's going on here? And you're right to say that. Now, I was planning to address it much more in depth in a future video coming up on the channel, but because it's been a hot topic, I'll say this. Yeah, they trolled us. Got him! Finally, we've heard from Colton on this, and yes, it was all a fake out, a red herring.
This is volcanically hot betrayal.
Okay, so back to Hannah. It's become a sort of tradition now that during the after the final rose, well, if you can even call it that now, that the Bachelorette begins to meet a few of the men early, which makes more sense considering they begin filming the Bachelorette quickly after the finale of The Bachelor. Oh, and side note, for those of you wondering, The Bachelorette is going to premiere May 13th. Mark your calendars because that's just about 8 weeks away. So Hannah got to meet some of her men and we got to see a first look at how she's handling it all. So let's review some of the footage in a sort of mini Bachelorette breakdown. After all the Cassie and Colton business in the finale, Chris Harrison reveals Hannah as the Bachelorette and shows us this home video of Chris Harrison surprising Hannah with the good news.
You want to be the Bachelorette?
Yeah? Are you asking me?
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you.
But, come on. I'm supposed to buy that a whole camera crew shows up to Hannah's place and tells her, Chris Harrison is about to call you, can we film it? And Hannah's not like, something's fishy here. But where we get our first real look at how Hannah's going to handle everything is when Chris Harrison announces she's about to meet 5 of her men.
Okay, so you're going to meet your first 5 guys. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Yeah.
Yep. That Hannah sure has a way with words. So let's take a look at these guys and see how Hannah deals with them. First up is Luke. No, not you, Luke. Go back to whatever hole you crawled out from. This Luke.
I seriously cannot wait to get to know you on a deeper level.
Can't wait to see you later.
Next up is Dustin, and no one's surprised someone came on to do a toast joke, but dude, Dustin, stop hitting your mic on your chest. My ears.
I'm so nervous, right? I wanted to do a toast, and I know in the way of a toast.
Yeah.
And next is Cam, who obviously thought Hannah G was going to be Bachelorette.
Yeah, keep it weird. Yeah. So I just wanted to say, when they said it was you, it was a pleasant surprise.
Okay, Colton's really cool. Y'all think so too. Hopefully at the end of this, he'll be my forever boo. Hey!
Then it's Connor, who just finished 11th grade and is super stoked about it. He also stayed up all night bedazzling the stool just for Hannah. Either that, or he quit halfway through and got his mom to do it for him. Last is Nick Vial, who chose to say this to Hannah.
Well, I know you're from Alabama.
Roll Tide, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't go down south often.
What every girl wants to hear. Oh yeah, and his name is actually Luke. Another one. I know. And the surprise of the evening is that Hannah gets to hand out a rose, taking the whole first impression rose thing to another level. Which goes to Cam. I suppose that means he'll walk in night 1 with immunity.
I'll help you out. Maybe we can just put it in the pocket
No,
here?
I don't feel like that's right, but I feel like this looks like they did it.
So as you can tell, Hannah is going to be her awkward self. Oh boy, we might have gotten in over our heads here.
Hannah! Who's like, what do I do? She's like, do I stare into the camera with you? What do I do?
Oh no, what have we done?
This is new for me
You're doing
too.
great.
We've created a monster. A Bachelorette monster.
to the one who doesn't. I don't know when to pick this up.
This is going to be an interesting season, to say the least. By the way, if you want to see all of the men appearing on Hannah's season, they've uploaded all of those awkward blue screen photos up on Facebook way earlier than normal. I highly suggest going to see them as they are so bad. And the comments are, well, something else too. I recorded some of my live reactions ahead of time. There are 33 pictures here, and these are the highlights. Alright, live reactions of the new contestants on the Bachelorette Facebook page. I'm just going to start in no particular order. Benji, he looks oh no, this poor guy. Oh no. Oh no, this is the first photo. Chasen. That's a name. Oh no, why this man look like Chris the Goose? Oh no, he does. He looks like 5 here. He looks like he's a kid model for Old Navy or something, but oh, Joe B. This looks like he sells vacuums. Oh, holy you know what that means? Big hands? This guy's really good at opening jars. So the big question is, how did we get here? Why was Hannah B selected to be the Bachelorette? Because I'm fairly certain at the beginning of Colton's season, the producers had a different girl in mind. Now, from what I've learned, there's one major factor above all else that decides who the Bachelor or the Bachelorette is going to be, and that's social media reactions. Just like no one expected Hannah B to become the Bachelorette, no one really thought Colton would become the Bachelor. But from what I've heard, it was Colton's social media skyrocketing, especially paired with his appearance and his fling with Tia on Bachelor in Paradise, that propelled him past folks like Blake or Jason, who seemed more likely to get the job. Take a look at this graph from an article at Insider. It shows the increase in Instagram followers each contestant gained per when they were eliminated. Here's Hannah, and here's Kaylin, who many believed was getting the Bachelorette push from producers. Hannah edges her out, even if it's ever so slightly. At this point you may be asking, well, what about Hannah G? She's got way more than both Hannah B and Kaylin. True, but follower numbers isn't the only factor. Check out this post on Twitter about polls closing on who you want to be the Bachelorette. Hannah B, 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 Kaylin, Hannah B, Hannah B, Hannah B, Hannah B. And this was before spoilers had come out that they had made an official selection, which apparently happened a few days before the finale. Obviously, after the official selection was made, the anti-Hannah crew came out and became more vocal in the following tweets. There's also a last factor, which is sometimes the frontrunners just don't want to do it. The most recent example being Peter from Rachel's season. He was asked to be the Bachelor and turned it down, apparently because he was feeling too distraught at the time and the idea of proposing scared him. Now, I don't know if they ever actually liked the idea of Hannah G becoming Bachelorette, so I don't know if they ever asked her. But it's possible they did and she turned it down. Same goes for Kaylin, who it was rumored had said she didn't want to even if they had asked. Though that could be her trying to save face from all the Bachelorette talk on the show, and knowing that Hannah B, at that time, was gaining more traction than her. There's also this conspiracy I've seen posted online, tinfoil hat time, that Hannah G got a bad edit in order for people to like Cassie more. It's hard to prove that any of this is true, but it's a pretty interesting perspective, so I'll dish it out. At the end of this season of The Bachelor, Hannah G, after getting dumped, goes, "We were supposed to be it. I thought it was you and me this whole time." And we're watching like, what? We really haven't seen any of that other than a few hot and steamy moments on dates. Now, she says they had this incredible connection, and even Colton says he thought it was going to be him and her, up until that last bit with Cassie when he realized he only loved her. So it's pretty reasonable to believe that this amazing connection was actually there, but we never got to see it. They cut it from the show. Now, why would they do that? This theory goes that it's because we would have liked Hannah G way too much and hated Cassie all the more. Picture this. Hannah G is awesome and having a great connection with Colton. Bachelor Nation is falling for her and Colton as a couple. Then there's Cassie. All the women say she's not there for the right reasons. she's not ready, and that she even talked about being Bachelorette. Things move along, and we're expecting Hannah G to win when suddenly Colton just falls for Cassie and only her. This conspiracy theorizes that the producers thought at this point everyone would hate Cassie, and so to save her as the final pick and keep people tuned in for the finale, which by the way was all Cassie pretty much, they gave Hannah G the bad edit. And with the bad edit, the 0% chance at Bachelorette 2. Think what you want, but it's an interesting conspiracy. So you mix all these ingredients together and what do you get? Hannah B, Hannah Alabama, as your new Bachelorette. Like her or hate her, cringe at her or awe at her, it's a controversial choice, and that's what I love. Thanks for watching this video on Hannah B is our Bachelorette and why she was chosen. Hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to like and subscribe if you did. I've got lots more content coming your way this Bachelor off-season, so stay tuned.
How do you feel about that, Papa Chris?
I don't know if I love that.